Hey now. How about this new look, guys? We are on air, and I felt like I have done this in a while. We are live. You are here with the host, Mike C. Co-hosts are working today or have other things to do, which is fine. How do you all doing today? It is June 15th. The cleanup is in progress. E3 2018 is over and done with. What an amazing week this has been, guys. I swear, all the games that have been announced, all the tech stuff that has been announced this week, everything, just like every year at E3, it was spectacular. I had fun watching it. I'm sure you guys have fun watching it as well. Everything just went perfect. So we're going to recap, and I'm going to cover a couple more things. And then, of course, head out of here. This ain't going to be too long of a stream today. If you haven't caught it yet, guys, we do have an E3 live coverage stream that was pre-recorded on Wednesday. And it is uploaded right now, right here on Twitch. You can catch that. It was a little over 2 hours where Johnny T, I, Joe, and of course Shadow, who's been on the program before. He's another one of our co-hosts. And we went ahead and recapped everything E3. What's going on, Wolf? Glad to see you here as always, man. So yeah, guys, if you have missed the E3 coverage, you go ahead and check it out after the stream. A little over 2 hours. We talk about just about every game and all that has come out, and giving our feedback on it. And of course, it's been a week, a little over a week since I streamed any gameplay streams at all. That is returning this weekend. I did get a few new games in this week. If you don't already know, there are some sales going on the Microsoft Store, possibly the PSN as well. And, of course, on Steam, if you are a PC gamer, there are a ton of free games and good sales going on Steam right now. I caught a whole bunch of them. Especially if you have a good enough PC to play it, I recommend getting Quake Champions. Awesome nostalgia first-person shooter online. Right now, until Sunday, it is free to download the game. So if you hop on over to Steam, if you have Steam, download your free copy of Quake Champions. They even said even after the offer expires, you can still keep it, you can still play online, etc. If you want to upgrade the package, it's $30 to upgrade it to unlock all the characters, which is something that I went ahead and did anyway. Still an amazing game. I enjoyed playing. I was playing a couple rounds last night before I went to bed. But there's so many other great titles that have come out, whether they're indie games, whether they're AAA games, etc. I also went out Wednesday, and I posted this on Twitter, and I posted it on Facebook. I went ahead and upgraded my Xbox One. And I went ahead and got the Xbox One X. Right now, the Xbox One X is running for $449. So right now it's not a $500 cancel. It's $450. So $449 right now at Walmart, GameStop, possibly Target, and other places. So $50 cheaper. It's definitely worth it. Went ahead and upgraded that from the One S, and I am happy that I got this. I'm so happy. It looks so gorgeous. And you know what? I don't even have a 4K TV. They did say when they first announced this console last year, before it came out, they said, if you don't have a 4K television or anything with 4K resolution, don't worry, the games will look just as good on a regular HD TV as well as they do on 4K. And let me tell you, they definitely do. I noticed playing it on two different monitors. I play it mostly on my television, but then of course I also play it on my computer monitor. I have an Asus computer monitor. It's a 21-22 inch, and it's a 1920 by 1080 resolution. And let me tell you, when I play it on here, the graphics are real sharp, real crisp. Everything renders in real smooth and sharp. It's basically like night and day between the 1S and the 1X. Okay, the 1S is basically an OG Xbox One. The processor is just a little bit more faster. The graphics engine is just a little bit more sharper. I've noticed when I first got the 1S. It's just in my case, like, you know, I've had several problems with my 1S. You know, I guess there's some people out there who do have similar problems or have different problems. And I was eventually going to get the 1X anyway, so I went ahead, I traded that toward it, and I'm happy with it. I'm definitely happy with it. I've been spending the last couple days installing games on there, playing PUBG and such, and it just looks absolutely wonderful. So the 1X right now is on sale for $449 at your local GameStop or any other retailer at that. And of course, before I get into the recap of this week, I do want to mention, guys, right below the stream, you'll see some tabs, as always. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at ArrowOfficial17 for updates on future streams and such. You can also check us out on Facebook. If you don't have a Twitter, check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/arrow with a name. Also, if you guys want to help support the show, donate $1 a month to us, help us out, you know. Hey, get us up there, get us to be in the big leagues, guys. Small-time streamers, hashtag small streamers. Check us out on patreon.com/arrow with a name. And let's go ahead and get into the recap, guys. This week has been phenomenal, regardless of EA's Boarfest last Saturday. And to me, it was pretty decent. It was pretty decent. Some of the titles that they announced, a lot of the DLC that they put out there, that they're going to be putting out there for like Star Wars Battlefront 2. Definitely can't wait. They announced a new Star Wars game that's going to come out next year. It's still in production. Can't wait for that. Every 2 years, you know, they're announcing a Star Wars game and such. They were talking about the sequel to this game, Unravel 2. It looks like a phenomenal title. I can't wait to play that. I can't wait to try that out. Right now, it's available online. You can buy it. You could get it discounted on EA Access and EA Origins, which is the PC version of it. And they announced a few other titles on there. They talked about Anthem, which is the big IP coming from BioWare and EA. Anthem looks like it's going to be awesome, like amazing. I can't wait to play it. It's going to come out, and I think it comes out in February. Yeah, it does come out in February. And I've even noticed, like, with a lot of these games that they announced, a lot of them are coming out in February, like around the same date. I'm like, holy shit. Are you going to give anybody time to pay for this shit and play it? You know, I mean, like, all the good games are coming out February 22nd or a week before, you know? And it's like, what do you want to get? Do you want to get this game? Want to get that? I know everybody wants to get every game, play it, and try it out. But, you know, like, a lot of us hard-working Americans who have bills to pay, families to support, etc. And it's like, you can only afford one game or whatever. Or in my case, get yourself a good buddy who has the same console as you, and you guys go back and forth with game sharing. And that's what my buddy Bane and I do. We game share an awful lot. And that's with digital titles. Now, I would love to own a physical copy of games. You know, I still got some physical copies and all. But then again, digital is nice. I mean, you figure once you buy a game digitally, it's yours forever. It's on your account forever. So you can, even if you delete it off your console or whatever, you could always go back and re-download it somehow. You own the license for it. It's yours to keep. and you ain't got to worry about taking up shelf space anywhere with physical copies, you know. But physical copies are still good. That's still my thing. I still like to buy physical copies of games, but digitally is also nice as well. And plus, I would recommend, guys, invest in an external hard drive, because with all these games coming out, you're definitely going to need the space. Right now, I think they're offering the Xbox version. Well, it's specifically packaged and distributed by Xbox and Microsoft. Their external hard drive, which is 4 terabytes of space, for $125 or somewhere around there, I believe. I'm going to check that out, actually, because I know Bane was talking about it last night, and it sounds about right. Because external hard drives, they're, you know, they can be pretty pricey, especially like the SSDs. Okay, this one's not particular with Microsoft or Xbox, but GameStop does have a Western Digital My Passport 4 terabyte external hard drive for $130. It's on their website right now. And that's not bad. That's not a bad price for those type of hard drives, you know. You're not going to get a hard drive like that for $50 or $60. If you do, it's something that's going to be like 250 gigabytes. Now, what's 250 gigabytes going to get you? Maybe about 2 or 3 games. That's about it. And then you got to remember, this generation of game consoles, okay? Not only do you have to install the game data, no matter what, if you got the physical copy of the game, you still have to install it. It's not like back when PS1 and PS2 came out, you pop the disc in, boom, it's going to boot up. No, you have to install the data on there in order for that game to run a lot smoother, you know, without the disk drive having to read all that data off of the disk. It puts an ease to the CPU and the GPU. That's why these consoles require you to install the games to the consoles. So not only do you have to install the games, but you also got to install patches and updates. I just got Quake Champions from the Steam app on my phone because I need another PC. Hey, as long as you got it attached to your account, man, you should be alright. Right now, like I said, it is free. It's a good game. It's an awesome game. I enjoy playing it quite a bit. I got my brother, Joe, and we were playing it the other night, and we were doing pretty good until some people with some skill actually started kicking our ass, and we were like, fuck this shit. If I look on my desktop, well, not technically on my desktop, I keep it on the folder, because everything, even on my desktop, has to be neat. It has to be nice and neat. And I'm like, I can't have too much clutter on my desktop. But I did get so many games this week. I'm telling you, I'm looking through all my titles right now, and I'm like, okay, what did I get this week? Oh, Jesus. I got For Honor, okay. Up until, I think it's the 18th, I think. It's the 18th. If you are on PC, I don't think you'll be able to get Wolf because you say you need another PC. If you go to forhonor.com or Uplay, I think it's like Uplay or whatever, Ubisoft.com, you got to get Ubisoft's PC app, Uplay Client. Download that for free. And if you search on there, you can download the For Honor Starter Edition. You don't want the Standard Edition. Standard Edition is the base game, of course. But you want the Starter Edition, which gives you access to pretty much everything in the game, even the multiplayer. You can download that for free up until the 18th. So that was one of them that I did get. And it's on there. You also sent me a friend request. Yeah, I sent you a friend request like I think a month ago because I saw it on there. I'm going to get on there a little bit later myself. Fistful of Frags is another game that I downloaded through there. That was pretty awesome. Let's see. Killing Floor, I think that was another one. Left Alone. I also noticed Need for Speed Payback was free on EA Origin and EA Access, so I went ahead and downloaded that finally because I've been wanting to try it out. I heard it was pretty bad, but I'm like, you know what? I played most of the Need for Speeds. You know, the last Need for Speed had come out. It wasn't that great, but it wasn't horrible. I played it. I did the whole story mode to it. I did enjoy it. I got hooked. So I'm like, you know what? I can't wait for Payback to come out. And it finally became available on EA Access and EA Origin for free. So I went ahead and downloaded it on both PC and Xbox One, of course. Oh, what else did I get? No More Room in Hell, which is free this week. I don't know. Maybe that was free all along. I don't know, but I do got that game. Realm. Oh, where is it? Yeah, it is Realm. There we go. Realm Royale. It looks like a Paladins version of a Battle Royale game. That's free right now. I got that. Oh, God. What else? Yeah, Quake Champions. Awesome game. Definitely. Secret Laboratory, Seek and Destroy. One game I downloaded, but I paid $3 for it. $3. All right, $2.99. $3. I paid $3 for this game called Shark Attack Deathmatch 2. Oh god, I gotta stream that to you guys here real soon. That game was fun as shit. It's a little indie game. It's a first-person indie game. It does have multiplayer, but it's also single-player as well, single-player survival. And you're basically pit in an ocean. You get to pick what ocean you want to be in, and you're equipped it with a harpoon launcher, a harpoon gun, and a knife. And you're killing sharks. What other game can you play where you're trapped in the water and you can kill? I mean, you got free roam in the ocean, you can swim around and all, but you're killing sharks, and you're earning points for it as well. Now, if you play the multiplayer mode, you could play as either the scuba diver or you could play as the shark. And I've tried it. It was awesome. You could play as the shark and you can fucking eat the guy. You can eat the other players. That's pretty cool. For $3, that's not bad. The Guest was another one I got through EA Origins. The Expanded Bros. The Expanded Bros is a free expansion right now for the game Broforce on Steam. I went ahead and downloaded that. Oh, God. Yeah, I got Totally Accurate Battlegrounds. I think that was free before EA or the E3 event. I downloaded that for free right now. It's at $4.99 on Steam, but I did get it when it was free. So I got so many other good games. I can't remember what I downloaded this week, but yeah, there's just so many games, so little time, guys. But back to recapping on E3. Sunday was two of the big events I was waiting for, which was Microsoft and, of course, Bethesda. You know, they announced so many good games. I don't have my lists with me, so I'm going to try to recap some of the titles that I can actually remember that I'm waiting for. Like, okay, my reaction to when they brought Gears of War on the screen, and I was telling a girl at GameStop Wednesday when I was getting the One X, I was telling her, we were talking about E3. When the Gears logo came up on screen, and I was like, oh yes, here it comes, Gears 5, and you hear the chainsaw revving, you know, and I'm like waiting for it. Oh, I'll definitely get to those in a second, man. I definitely, those are two I'm waiting for myself. But yeah, with Gears, it's like the chainsaw came revving through the wall, and then of course when the smoke clear, you see Marcus Phoenix as a Pop Vinyl. A fucking Pop Vinyl. And then there's two other characters that come in. It was like Pop Vinyl characters. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I hope this is I'm thinking either one, I hope this is a joke, or two, they're advertising for maybe the Pop Vinyl collection, you know, the Gears of War characters. No, it's a full-on game called Gears Pop, where you'll be playing as the Pop Vinyl versions of the Gears characters. And I'm like, wow, okay. So I'm thinking, okay, Gears Pop is probably going to be a little bit downgraded for like the teenage ages, where it's probably going to be a T-rated game or an E-rated game. It's going to be pretty much downgraded, the violence and all. So I'm thinking, okay, this is a kiddie version of Gears of War. Okay, Gears of War 5. Then they announced Gears Tactics, which is an RTS game for mobile coming out with Gears of War. And it's basically an XCOM type game. I'm like, okay, Gears of War 5. They finally get to Gears of War 5. They show some gameplay of it. They show the story that we're going to be dealing with. The girl from Gears 4. All the other characters are there from 4. And then I'm like, okay, the momentum. I lost the momentum. I had the momentum for Gears 5, and it's gone. I was so psyched for Gears 5. All my momentum went for Gears Pop. And then Gears Tactics came out. I'm like, nah, because I'm not too big of an RTS fan. And then, of course, Gears 5 comes out. I'm like, okay, Gears 5, finally. I can't wait for that, though. There's no release date for it yet. Possibly within the next year or so, I'm hoping. So we'll definitely check that out. At the beginning of the show, of course, they talked about Halo Infinite. I don't know if it's going to be the Halo 6 that everybody's waiting on, or if it's another RTS or tactical strategy type game. Bane thinks it kind of looks like Spartan Assault. We won't know more about it yet until it gets closer to the release date of it. But other than that, I can't think of too many more games that came out around then. I know one game I did download for free, and it was announced during EA's press conference, was the game Command & Conquer Rivals, which is kind of like a closed alpha or beta right now on mobile devices. So if you guys want to try that out, pull out your Android devices. You can't do this on Apple now. The game is coming out on Android and Apple, but right now Android devices, you can go to the Play Store, the Google Play Store, find the app for Command & Conquer Rivals. You can sign up for the beta, wait about 24 hours, and then you'll be able to download it on your phone. And trust me, I'm not too big in these kind of games, but it was actually pretty fun to play. I was actually enjoying it. I played 3 or 4 games at work the other night, and I did like it. For that kind of game right there, I actually enjoyed it. So Command & Conquer Rivals is definitely pretty good. It is coming to mobile and Apple, but you can sign up and play for the alpha. I think it's the alpha or the beta on there right now for free. You can go ahead and sign up on that. And then, of course, one of the big dogs came out Monday night, Bethesda, opening up with Andrew WK playing a song for the game Rage 2, and Rage 2 looks fantastic. I gotta say, Rage 2, the gameplay, the graphic violence, the things that you could do in that game is just so much more than you could do in the first one. And it's been years since I played Rage, but Rage 2, it looks like it's gonna be something phenomenal. I can't wait for that to come out. I think that comes out also in February. I can't remember. And of course, they were recapping mostly on Fallout 76, which is another game that I'm definitely looking forward to. Now, when Fallout 4 was announced 3 years ago, Fallout 4, I was never really big into the Fallout games, but when I saw the gameplay for Fallout 4, I was like, okay, I definitely want to try this out. And it was exactly what I expected. And I enjoyed it for the most part, and then I just was out of it, I just couldn't do too much more in it. I didn't even beat the story or anything. I think I was having more fun exploring around, building up my base and shit like that, but that was about it. Now, Fallout 76, in case you guys don't know it yet, or if you haven't found out about it yet, learned about it, whatever, Fallout 76 is a prequel to all the other Fallout games. So this happens before Fallout 3 and Vegas and Fallout 4 and all the others. This is definitely a prequel, guys. So And not only that, they said that the map is 4 times bigger than the map in Fallout 4. And that was a pretty big map. So this is going to be a big game from what they're saying. If the Fallout 4 map was big, and they're saying this one is twice as big, then damn, that's big. Plus, the best part of it is, it's going to be multiplayer. It's going to be co-op multiplayer. So, you can join up on there, and you can play with your buddies, squad up, and do all kind of shit. I can't wait. I'm definitely going to get that. Fallout 76 does come out this fall. I think it actually comes out in November, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. I think it does come out in November. Let me see. Because they did have the date on it and all. Come on, don't fail me now. Let's see. I'm checking on Games Up. Yep, comes out November 14th. You can pre-order it now. They also got a Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition, which is $200. Will you pay $200 for the Fallout 4 Power Armor Edition? Now, here's what comes in it, okay? These kind of packages, they always come with something special, okay? Like, when Fallout 4 came out, and it was limitedly made, where you got the Pip-Boy. The Pip-Boy was what everybody wanted, but they only made so many of it. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be about the same. You're going to get a Canvas West duffel bag. You're going to get a wearable TS-18 Power Armor helmet. You're going to get an exclusive steel case for the game itself. You're going to get a collectible Fallout figurines. What's this? Digital items, of course. Looks like the DLC, I guess. And a glow-in-the-dark world map. I remember them showing that at E3, so that's pretty awesome. You're going to get all this shit in one big box. That's pretty cool for $200. That's definitely worth it. That's like when Black Ops 3 came out. Black Ops 3, they had the mini fridge that you can buy for like, yeah, it was about $200-300 for the fridge, along with the game. And of course, at the end of the conference, they announced The Elder Scrolls 6, and everybody lost their shit. It was what everybody had come for, and everyone had lost their shit. But here's the funny thing. Elder Scrolls 6 is not even in production yet. You know, they're working on so many new games. But they did tease the trailer. So it's like, Elder Scrolls 6 is coming. It's not even in production yet, but they are getting ready to work on it. So Elder Scrolls 6 is coming. Yeah, Crackdown 3. That's finally being released in February as well. Finally, after all this time, after it was announced at E3 last year, and it kept getting pushed back, and now it's coming out in February. And of course, Just Cause 4 looks awesome as well. Those Just Cause games, they're fun as hell. I can't see how any of those Just Cause games don't get runner-up for, you know, Game of the Year or something like that. You know, those games are absolutely fun. Total destruction everywhere. So that one's coming out next year as well. Now, also during the Bethesda press conference, and they brought out Doom Eternal. When they announced that, oh god. That was it for me for Bethesda. I was like, I got what I came for this. There's my buddy Cypher. What's going on, man? Good to see you in here, buddy. Real quick, guys. If you guys have yet to do so, check out my man Cypher Xavier. He's getting ready to get his channel all prepped up and ready for his podcast, Utter Random Crap, here real soon. He's been going through some stuff here lately. Definitely a good guy. Check him out on here. Twitch.tv/Cypher Xavier. Awesome guy. So yeah, going back to Bethesda, when Doom Eternal was announced, and they talked about how, yes, it is a sequel to Doom. It's going to be twice as many enemies that the first one had. I was like, oh god, thank God. I've been wanting to see all these extra enemies from the original game. And of course, it's going to be hell on earth. So they're following the formula from the original Doom games, and it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for Fallout 76 and such. And then, of course, Monday came, and we had the Ubisoft press conference, which they did kind of nail it. You know, they had a lot of good titles come out during that. Unfortunately, they didn't announce. And a buddy of mine, he was waiting for Watch Dogs 3 and Splinter Cell, but unfortunately they did not announce those two. We were all hoping for Splinter Cell, but Splinter Cell did not happen at all, which was a bummer. Square Enix also did a press conference Monday, and that did horrible from what I heard. Everybody kept talking about how they didn't show any games at all. Well, they showed some games, but they didn't show a lot of good games during that. I mean, probably the only thing I remember hearing that they offered during Square Enix was Dragon Quest 11. And people do love the Dragon Quest games. You know, I never tried them out, but I hear they're pretty popular. And I'm pretty sure they went into a little bit more gameplay demos and all that with Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which is also Square Enix. That's going to be another good one coming out this year. And then, of course, Just Cause 4. Just Cause 4 is done by Square Enix. So there's two good games right there, but they already announced them during the other press conferences. Yeah, Dragon Quest. I have to get into Dragon Quest. You know, I have to get one of those games and try them out. But yeah, people were like, okay, Square Enix, okay, bombed. EA didn't really bomb. It was mediocre. It was alright. It wasn't good, but it was not bad, like a lot of people put it. And then, of course, PlayStation fucking killed it. I would say Microsoft killed it. I would say Bethesda killed it. Well, in my own opinion, honestly, they all did about the same. It was a tie. Yeah, I know. They didn't announce Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh, God. People were waiting for that. But I think they're still in production with Final Fantasy VII. They're just not ready to show it off yet. Like another game that's coming out, well, that people are expecting, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, I don't think, you know, they're ready to show off Final Fantasy VII yet, even though it's been in production for, the last 2 or 3 years, something like that. And it's going to be a big game. People are definitely going to be waiting for that one. So, yeah, I don't think they're ready to release it yet. Maybe next year they'll talk about it, as long as they don't put it on a next-gen console, and, you know, we have to end up forking out $500-$600 for that. Square Enix destroyed the plans for... I mean, it's possible. I'll look that up after the show if it's true. I mean, we're supposed to be getting it. I mean, we did see some, I guess we saw some clips and screenshots of it a while back. But yeah, I'll definitely check that out a little bit later. Now, Sony had some good shit to show that night. Of course, a couple big ones that everybody was waiting for was The Last of Us 2, which looked beautiful. I want to get into playing that again. And then, of course, Death Stranding. Everybody wanted to hear and see more about Death Stranding. And from what everybody saw, of course, you know, you got the controversial ones that are saying, oh, this is a walking simulator, you're walking around. Well, a lot of these games you do walk around. Who fucking cares? I mean, I'm looking forward to Death Stranding. You know, it's something that they are definitely hyping. And of course, I'm hoping for a lot of good to come out of it. But people, they just have to find some way to, you know, to get themselves pissed off over something, you know. Yeah, they did say it was still coming, which is good. Yeah, they're just not ready to show it off yet. That's all it is. Final Fantasy, you know, everybody is waiting for that. That's the big one that they're waiting for. Yeah. Yeah, Death Stranding, it does look really good. They showed like a 5-minute gameplay trailer for that, and I can't wait for it myself. They did show a lot of other good games that are coming out for for PlayStation. Now, some of those titles are not really PlayStation exclusive. They are also going to be coming out on Xbox and PC. One game that absolutely nailed it for me was Resident Evil 2. When my buddy Shadow, when he told me in the chat, I had just got to work. I was going to watch it at work that night, recap on everything, which I already did anyway. And when he told me they announced Resident Evil 2, I was like, oh, damn, now I got to fucking watch it. I got to hurry up, get into work, get situated, get some of the shit done and all, and then just do it. The Ghost game looks... Ghost game. I'm trying to figure out which game that was. Like I said, I threw away my damn my list, so I'm hoping to think of that stuff again. But yeah, Resident Evil 2, to me, it's like after I saw that, I was watching this awesome podcast. If you guys have yet to do so, let me type this in the chat. I think. Oh yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, that samurai game. That's what it was. Yes. Yeah, that does look really good. They did a 4-minute gameplay demo of that, and they're talking about the rendering, the coloring of the graphics and all. Everything about that game was phenomenal, and I've noticed a thing within the last few years, like a couple of the biggest games that are coming out, the biggest genres that are coming out now are either pirate-based games where they're on the seas, like Sea of Thieves. SOS was announced at Ubisoft, and there was another game that was just announced during Sony, I think it was, or Ubisoft, or it was another one of them. But yeah, those pirate-based games where you sail on the high seas and shit, they keep coming out, and now of course a lot of these samurai games are coming out too. Neo 2 was announced. That was another one that that's coming out. Neo 2 is another samurai-based game, and there's a third one. I forgot what it was, but yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. That's definitely one I'm looking forward to. But yeah, going back to Resident Evil. After I watched the trailer and the gameplay trailer for it and all, I went to this YouTube channel that I'm subscribed to. Very awesome. If you guys are into horror-based games, and if you have a strong love for Resident Evil, check out this channel right here. Residents of Evil on YouTube. Awesome podcast. Those guys do a phenomenal job, especially when they were dissecting the trailer. Now, there's 2 trailers for Resident Evil 2, and they dissected both of them, and they're excited for the game as well. And so if you want everything Resident Evil, they even done podcasts with the voice actors from the games themselves. I think the most recent one they did a podcast with was the voice actor for, I think it was Chris Redfield or Leon. I forgot which one it was. I gotta go back but they do a phenomenal job with it. Yeah, Residents of Evil. I love watching them. They're really good. So yeah, Resident Evil, that did it for me. I watched the rest of the shows and all, and of course Wednesday they had the Nintendo Direct. They announced some good games with Nintendo. Now, I don't own a Switch. When it comes to Nintendo, I'd rather stay old school, like with the 64, the GameCube, and such. But they do have some pretty good titles coming out. One big one that Johnny T is looking forward to is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And that has the biggest roster to date. 68 characters. Now, somebody said 65 characters, and I think there's like 3 additional characters coming. Okay, so I'm like, okay. Coming with the game will be 65 characters, and you got 3 additional ones coming. So let's say 68 characters. That's a big roster for any fighting game right there. And Smash Brothers is one of those games that everybody wants to play on every Nintendo console. And not a lot of people understand the hype with Super Smash Bros. I love Smash Brothers. I have the original on N64. I have the N64 version when that first came out. And believe me, I've played every version out there. I've played the GameCube. I played the Wii, the Wii U. When the one comes out on the Switch, and Joe owns the Switch, oh, you better believe we're gonna gather around a fucking TV and play that shit. You better fucking believe it. That's gonna be amazing. And they announced some other titles in there. I mean, I forgot what they were. Now, people were wondering, and even a buddy of mine, he was wondering if they were going to be announcing Metroid Prime 4. So I was like, I didn't see anything from Metroid Prime, so maybe not yet. And then, of course, a day later, they talk about Metroid Prime 4. It's being made, it's in production, but they're not ready to show it off yet. So if you're waiting for Metroid Prime 4, that's going to come out next year, probably. Well, they're going to probably announce that next E3. Or maybe they'll do it at the Nintendo Treehouse, because I know Nintendo has 2 press conferences that they do during the year. They do Nintendo Direct, which of course is during E3, and then they have the Treehouse. The Treehouse, I forgot when they schedule that for, but it is possible they're going to either do it during the Treehouse event, or they're going to wait till next E3 to announce it. And then, of course, also, for you Pokemon fans, Switch does have 2 new Pokemon games coming out. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. They are supposed to be like the old school Pokemon games from the Game Boy, the Game Boy era and all. So that's going to be pretty nice to see that finally on an actual console, rather than just, the standalone handhelds, And I love Pokemon. I still play Pokemon. I've played it since Red and Blue. That's how far back I go. I know a lot of kids nowadays. They're like, "Oh, I started with Sapphire Green, or I started with Black and White," and it's like, "Yeah, that's nice, kid. I started way back. I started when it became popular. I had Pokemon Blue, and I played the hell out of it. I had just about every Pokemon on that cartridge." And of course, Mewtwo was pretty tough to capture, but I was able to do it. And of course, the only one that you could not capture unless you had a particular way of doing it was Mew. And the way I got Mew, of course, my uncle, who's also part of the team here, Kira, he had Game Shark for fucking Game Boy. That's how we got Mew. Game Shark. We go all the way back. We had Mew. We had the Master Balls. Man, all you had to do is put on like about 100. We put like 200 fucking Master Balls on each game, and just like went out there with the Master Balls, just capture whatever we didn't have. You play Ruby, Yellow, Sapphire, and Blue. Okay. I've played Blue, Yellow, Crystal. My brother has every single one. The next ones that I did play was, my brother, he had White, and I got Black. And then, of course, when Sun and Moon came out, he got both of them, and I got Pokemon. I think I got Pokemon Sun, and I played that for quite a bit. And Pokemon Sun, those games, they're pretty advanced. They've come a long way from Pokemon Blue and Red. So those games, they've come a long way. One game I really want to see on the Switch that you haven't seen since the GameCube is an authentic Pokemon Stadium type game. And you had just said that right when I said it. Yeah, I got Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, and I have Snap also. I got all 3 of those on 64 as well. Oh man, I paid a hefty fee for I paid a hefty cost for Pokemon Stadium 2. I think I paid like $40 for that. Hey, definitely worth it though. I definitely enjoy it. And then of course you got the other ones like Pokemon Puzzle League and shit like that. But that's one thing I haven't seen in years since the GameCube was a Pokemon Stadium type game. Okay, they had Pokemon Coliseum on the GameCube, but you haven't really seen those type of games on a new gen Nintendo console. So I'm like, okay, this is something that I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to see. So bring back the. I mean, of course, they got Pocket Tournament, but it's not the same. Pocket Tournament, Pokemon Coliseum on Xbox? No, they didn't have it on Xbox. Here's the thing: they're not going to port anything Pokemon to any other console like PS4 or Xbox, because Pokemon is a Nintendo type game. It belongs to Nintendo. It's licensed by Nintendo. They own the rights to it. So if they were to put Pokemon on Xbox or PS4, Nintendo would win the lawsuit because they own the license for it. So yeah, there was never a Pokemon game on Xbox. I mean, that would have been nice, but yeah, there was never one on Xbox at all. Now, there was Yu-Gi-Oh games that span between Xbox, PlayStation. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's all right, man. It's all right. Yeah. GameCube had the Coliseum. Yeah. I played that too. Coliseum was a pretty good one. It also had a story to it, I believe. But yeah, you didn't really see a real good Pokemon game like that on the console since GameCube, really. I mean, of course, like I said, Pocket Tournament, it's not really an authentic Pokemon game. I mean, of course, you got Pokemon in there, but it's a fighting game. It's Pokemon mixed with Tekken. I mean, I want to see a game like Pokemon Stadium or Coliseum. I don't want to see a fucking Tekken fighting game with Pokemon in it. And then, of course, you're not giving us all the Pokemon. You're only giving us, 20-some characters to fight with? And then, of course, you got DLC, which comes out. It's like, okay, here's 3 or 4 more characters, blah, 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 maybe a couple extra stages, that's it. So I'm like, okay, you're only giving us about close to 25 or 30 Pokemon to fight with. That's it. So it's like, that's not an authentic Pokemon fighting game. I want something like Stadium or Coliseum. That ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Silver Surfer, what's up, man? Welcome to the chat, man. About 48 minutes in. I'm gonna probably close it off here within the next 5 minutes or so, because I ain't got a whole lot to. Yeah, it's okay, man. Hey, listen. After I close the show, you can always go back and rewatch, man. Also, I know you weren't there Wednesday for our special episode of Tune In Live, which was on Facebook. You can check it out on here as well. Our E3 coverage. Hey, a little over 2 hours for that one, man. So if you got 2 hours to hear a bunch of guys ramble on about E3 2018, be sure to check that one out after the stream, man. You're going to love it. We talked about just about every game that they announced this week at E3. So yeah, after all these press conferences, and then of course, the biggest thing that I've paid most attention to, especially with the gameplay demos, was the Resident Evil 2 gameplay demo that they dissected. They played the whole demo. I want to play the demo for that. I want to play the demo for Resident Evil 2. It looks so amazing. I can't wait till that game comes out January 25th. Why haven't I been streaming? I took a week off, man. I said last week that I was going to take a week off from streaming any games because I had a lot of things going on this week, and plus I was partaking in watching the E3 event. So I did say last week that I was not going to be streaming any games this week. I took a week off. And then, of course, Wednesday, well, it was supposed to be yesterday, but Wednesday we did a special episode of Tune In Live on Facebook. It was also pre-recorded, so it's up on here now to talk about everything E3. But don't worry, I'm going to be getting back to streaming games here real soon. Starting Sunday, that's when we're coming back and we stream some PC games because I got some pretty good PC games that I'm going to be streaming. Yeah, it's all right, man. It's all right. If I know you also follow me on Twitter and all, so yeah, you should have also gotten the notifications on there as well, where I also stated that I wasn't going to be streaming this week. But yeah, I took a little vacation from it, like I said, I was partaking in the E3 events. And then, of course, I said earlier, I upgraded my Xbox. So now I got an Xbox One X, and I'm loving it. It is definitely powerful. It's a lot more powerful and a lot more faster than my Xbox One X. Here's the other funny thing that I noticed, okay? This is how much power and hardware is in this new console. Okay. All right, my stepson, he still has a 1S. And if I compare them side by side, not only is the 1X just a little bit more thinner than the 1S, but the 1X is heavier than the 1S. So if you were able to pick up an Xbox One S, S is in Sam, pick it up and hold it, and it's pretty lightweight. You could tell, the 1S is very lightweight. It's a lot more lightweight than the original, the OG Xbox One. The 1X, of course, is heavier. It's like twice as heavy. It's twice as heavy as the 1S. It is actually heavy, and that's a lot of hardware in that console. It's definitely worth it. $449 for it right now. It's on sale. Yes, Fallout 76. I will definitely be getting that November 14th. That is coming out. I got quite a few games on pre-order right now. Like Fallout 76, Resident Evil 2, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which comes out in September. I'm definitely gonna be getting Just Cause. How do I like my Xbox One X? I love it, man. Like I said earlier, it's everything about it. It's much more faster. Like I said. Plus, with the graphics, it's a lot more sharper, a lot more crisper and clearer. Everything renders in really well on the games themselves. Basically, in a way, to me, it's like night and day. I could definitely tell. It's like I had to adjust my eyes to it. Plus, with the games, they play a lot more smoother, and they load up a little bit more faster than they do on the One X. What did I do to your other one? I traded it in toward it. That's how I was able to drop the price on it. I was like, I'm not going to keep that thing. I'm just going to go ahead and trade it in toward it. Get some money toward it. Knock some money off. That kind of thing. So I don't have my 1S anymore. So I now got the 1X. I'm happy with it right now. It's on sale, $449. So if anybody's planning on investing in one of those, hey, save up. I mean, Microsoft is also already talking about the next gen console, codenamed Scarlet. We won't hear anything about it until next E3, so it more likely will not be released until 2020. So we got a good couple more years to enjoy the One X, the Xbox One, while we can. What sucks for me about it is they're not giving these consoles an extended lifespan for people to enjoy them. People back in 2013 when these consoles came out, of course nobody had the money for them. Everybody was... I know a lot of people are still on PS2s, man. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I still got my PS2. I still play the hell out of it myself. But then it's like, here comes this year, 4 or 5 years later, and you're like, okay, I'm going to finally get me an Xbox One, and you see what the hype is. As soon as you get it, you're trying it out, you're like, oh man, this shit is dope. I'm loving the graphics, the gameplay, everything with it. And then, of course, Microsoft announced another console, and you're like, what? I just got the damn thing. I barely got to enjoy it, and they're already announcing another one? So it's like they're not giving it a good enough lifespan. And then, of course, they kill it off like... I think a year or two after the new one comes out because they try to keep everything up to date. And I'm like, why? I don't want to upgrade anymore. I want to stay with what I just paid hard money on for this shit. You know how much money I have spent and lost over the last 10, 15 years on video games and video game consoles. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And it's like, you don't even get to... It's like when you upgrade it and shit, and it's like one console becomes obsolete. Well, then again, the older consoles, you can still play on them. You just can't play it online. And that's my biggest problem right there, is like the online necessities of it. Like, this game requires you to be online. It's like, what's going to happen when the servers go off? What if when they kill the servers finally for that game? And you really enjoy playing it. It's like, well, can't play it anymore because they killed the servers for it. Not a whole lot of people are playing it anymore. I'm like, fuck. This is why offline single player should still, should still be in the games. What do I think about the new Kingdom Hearts 3? It looks pretty nice. It looks really nice. It's finally coming out January 29th. It is finally coming out. People are so happy to hear about the release date for Kingdom Hearts 3. All these extra new characters. I mean, of course, I'm going to get it. I'll get it on Xbox. Now, they did say for PS4 owners, if you pre-order it, there's like a 3-in-1 bundle that you'll get. You'll get Kingdom Hearts 3. You'll get 1.5 and 2.5 or something like that. You'll get 3 Kingdom Hearts games in one. Yeah, I know, it took them a while. Actually, they've been working on this game since Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. So you figure they've been working on this game and all for the last 10 plus years at least. 10 plus years. That's like when Duke Nukem Forever took forever to come out, literally. Duke Nukem Forever took forever to come out. And when it finally came out, look what happened to it. It was garbage to a lot of people. I loved it. Personally, I loved Duke Nukem Forever. It's not great. It's not the best. But it's what I expected out of a Duke Nukem game, and I loved every bit of it. The gameplay and all was kind of laggy, and it looked kind of disgusting. But I did enjoy it. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 now has a release date. Yeah, I own it too. I actually own it on PC. You know what? My opinion, it actually looks better on PC than it did on console. I kid you not. The PC I have, it looks a lot better on the PC. And it's sad, but I did play it on 360 when I got it. And I loved it. It took me about 12 hours to beat it, and I sat here in like one straight playthrough and beat it. But it was still good. Now, Kingdom Hearts, everybody's hoping for the best. I mean, I'm hoping it's going to be as good as they keep hyping it up to be, because if it turns out to be another Duke Nukem Forever and people will be pissed about that, I think they're going to fucking burn down Square Enix. Shit. I mean, come on. They've taken over 10 years to fucking make this game, and it's finally getting a release date. I mean, and of course, then there's games like Final Fantasy VII and Watch Dogs 3 and Splinter Cell and Metroid Prime. Other games, and of course, to me, Halo 6. Now, I don't know what Halo Infinite is. We need a little bit more info on it. Probably won't be released until next year. But everybody's waiting for Halo 6. So, there are some games that we're missing from E3 that some of us are, disappointed about. But that's okay. I mean, there's still time. And I'm surprised I didn't see any gameplay for Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm surprised I did not see any kind of gameplay for that. I'm surprised I didn't see tech demos or anything. But as far as we know, Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out in September. So definitely. And there was no more there was no news or any kind of DLC releasing for GTA Online. I mean, those are the two big dogs right there that Rockstar is working on, is GTA Online and Red Dead Redemption. So yeah, Bully 2. If they ever decide to do a Bully 2, it won't be for another 2 years if they decide to announce it. Because like I said before, right now, they're working on, everything with GTA Online. And then, of course, you got Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out. So they definitely got their hands busy on these two games, keeping them up to date, because people are going. These are the two big games from Rockstar that people are definitely going to be wanting to play for years to come. And GTA Online has been going strong since 2013. And even the PS3 version. My brother has the PS3 version. He plays online every day, and it's still going on. So those servers they're going to go strong for probably another 5 years or so. Manhunt 3, yeah, I know. There's like so many OG classics that, these developers have really need to bring back. What I would love for a developer to bring back is the OG fighting game Bloody Roar. I would love to see a new Bloody Roar game. It's been so many years, way back on PS1. I have both of those games. I want to see a new Bloody Roar game. And that's another game that went missing. That's another game that went missing this year at E3, was Mortal Kombat 11. Everybody was talking about Mortal Kombat 11. And it was absent. It wasn't there. So I'm like, where the hell was Mortal Kombat 11 at? That's another game that they were supposed to announce, but didn't. It was nowhere to be seen. So yeah, it's like, okay, that's a big disappointment right there. Siren 2. Yeah, I haven't played the first Siren. Actually, I haven't even heard of that game in years. It's like I know the game, but I've never played it. But yeah, that is an old school title right there. Yeah, Siren. Yeah, make a sequel for Siren. And then of course, I have no hope for Konami. I was wanting and hoping for a new Silent Hill game, but ever since Kojima left, I think Silent Hill is dead in the water right now. I would love to, when the PT demo came out, when Kojima was still with Konami, and it turned out to be Silent Hills, I was psyched. I wanted that. I wanted the new Silent Hills game. And then, of course, all the shit went down with Kojima and Konami. And it was just, one big downhill struggle. And, of course, Kojima luckily got out of there, and he's working on Death Stranding. So I'm like, okay, no more Silent Hill. And then, of course, Konami releases Metal Gear Survive, and that was garbage, and people were disappointed and pissed off about that. Yakuza Kiwami 2. I know there's a Yakuza. I think Yakuza 6 just came out on PS4. A new Yakuza game just recently came out. I think my buddy of mine, he just recently got that too. Oh boy. So yeah, what were y'all's thoughts on E3 this week? I thought it was a pretty good presentation from all the developers, all the press conferences. Square Enix, hey, get your shit together, guys. Your presentation was pretty lame this year. Sony had an interesting press conference, but it was a back and forth thing between, where they had the event set up under a fucking tent. It kind of looked like a goddamn cult ritual tent or something. Like they were getting ready to sacrifice 5 virgins, for these fucking video games. That's what I felt. That's how I felt about Sony's press conference. They had that fucking big tent that they were all staged under, and it looked like they were getting ready to ritually sacrifice 5 virgins for these games that were coming out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And of course, like Bethesda, they had a pretty small showing right there. It wasn't a big theater. What do I think about Boogie being at E3? I haven't even really watched all the videos that Boogie filmed. I'm going to watch those tonight. I think that's pretty awesome. I would love, if I was able to take the time off and I had the money to go out there, just fly out there and just experience myself, I would love it. I would love to go out there to E3. Maybe one day when I hit the lottery and everything is good back here, and all my bills are caught up and shit, and I'd be like, hey, tell my wife, just enjoy the week off, or maybe we can all go to, Los Angeles or wherever they hold it next time, I'm like, I want to go to E3 one year. I want to be able to partake in the demo booths and play just about every game myself. VidCon, nah. VidCon's for YouTubers. I'm not a big YouTuber, and I don't plan on doing anything like that. Nah, VidCon. I'd rather do E3 a lot more than I would do VidCon. Even though there are a lot of cool YouTubers out there that I would love to meet, some big faces, but nah, E3 is my ticket right there. I'd rather do E3 than VidCon. So yeah, to me, E3 this year, Like Wolf said, it was pretty solid. It was a very solid E3. You know, even though there was a couple press conferences that weren't that great, everything else just like nailed it. Sony nailed it. Microsoft, Bethesda, Ubisoft, they all nailed it. A lot of good titles coming out. Can't wait for at least half of those titles to be able to play them. Yeah, okay. That's just some of my... Yeah. They would get thrown out before I would. But anyway, guys, yeah, definitely thank you for joining me today. That was the recap on this week with E3. Yeah, I know, like I said, I was off this week. There was no gameplay streams at all. I will be getting back into streaming this Sunday. I don't know when I'm going to be streaming yet. There's so many good things I have right now. I'm possibly going to do a PC stream on one of these games that I recently got. Show it off to you guys. I might start out with Shark Attack Deathmatch. You know, that was pretty fun. Or maybe I could play some Quake Champions. Quake Champions is a really good game. So, yeah, I'm going to hop off here, guys. A little over an hour in. If you're just now coming in late, be sure to rewatch this from the beginning. Awesome stream. Also, go back and check out our stream from Wednesday. Re-uploaded on here for the E3 recap and all. Yeah, I'll do Quake Champions. Okay, that sounds, yeah, because I had so much fun with that. Yeah, I'll do some Quake Champions. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, you all see how good and how much I suck on it and all that. It's like playing Doom. But Quake is very old school. Quake is old school as Wolfenstein and Doom themselves. But anyways, to my main man, Wolf, Cypher, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in, Silva. Definitely anybody else who comes in later on today, watches it. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at ArrowOfficial17. We are also on Facebook.com/Arrow with a name. Links are below the stream right now. Also, for $1 a month, if you want to help support us, sign up over there and donate it to us on Patreon.com/Arrow with a name. Anything that you donate will definitely go back into the show, of course. So from the team here, Wolf, you know, myself, and other co-hosts who could not be here today, and of course our buddy Station over there, Cypher Xavier. Be sure to check him out. He's got some good stuff coming up real soon. It's just he's been pretty busy and pretty held down lately with a bunch of stuff, but he is coming. It's coming. Am I coming online on Sunday? Yeah, that's what I keep saying. Yeah, Sunday I will be streaming here Sunday, so I'll give you guys a time Sunday afternoon when I'll be going live. So, you know, be sure to keep up to date on Twitter with all that. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you everybody else for coming out, checking us out on the show today. Have a good day, all. I'll catch you all Sunday.